So,
Okay.
video. Let's go. Okay. Number one, supplies. Heavy duty needles right here. This is what they look like. Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, no, you need these. Like, don't, like this.
These are like heavy duty. Like, don't get just leather because I mean those are way too soft. I mean these are like heavy.
Yeah, because
heavy
we
duty.
broke like 10 needles. I swear to God. So if you get these don't break.
Fabric scissors.
Or pizza cutter thing.
Beautiful.
It's a rotary, and you need the rotary mat with it.
String. You know that. Okay. Glue. You'll need this for.
Well, you don't need it.
You don't need it, but I mean we just said the pockets right here. You see how this stands up? We're
It
gluing
keeps
that down.
It keeps it down, and also like the edges of the patches. When you're gonna sew them on, you'll probably do what we do, and we sewed it kind of like on the second like black line right here.
Like you
and
can
so,
see it better on this. You see, we sewed on this black line.
Yeah, right there.
That's where we sewed.
And so you're gonna like sew kind of.
As you see, it kind of like it sticks up a little bit.
And so it sticks up. So then if
just
you do a
glue
dab
down
of
the
glue,
glue.
it'll glue it down. She hasn't glued anything yet. And so mine's completely done.
You'll
then
need
it works.
hot glue for the buttons because as you see, this is what the buttons are supposed to look like. This one is popped off. The
Yeah,
top
so you'll
popped off. So you have to
so
hot
what you
glue
do
it.
is you hot glue them together and it'll be fine.
Any other supplies? I don't think so. Patches. Yeah, you need your patches. Okay.
Wait, where's my head? Okay.
Patches.
Yeah, patches. Just for ease of sewing them on the back, you're gonna see. Yeah, you can tell that this part doesn't have any of the plastic stuff, but then this part kind of does. You can see it's kind of more shiny.
If you take off the plastic, it makes it a lot easier to sew.
lot easier to sew. So I completely recommend doing that. This is my extra patch for my cloak.
And so, I mean, the way we sewed them, it was just on the black line, and we manually sewed it with the sewing machine. We stuck it in there, and just rolled. There's a side, a roll thing, a knob on the side where you can move your needle up and down. And we just
manually do that. It's really, really tedious, but it gets it in there, and it's
done.
way
Do
better
not
than
hand sew.
Don't hand sew.
Do not hand sew.
It's too difficult to hand sew.
I used pliers when I hand sewed one.
When she tried to, so completely recommend doing that. I mean, it's tedious. It takes a little bit longer, but it gets the job done, and it stays on great, so it's fine.
Okay, those are supplies. Next, pieces to get rid of. Okay, there are several pieces to get rid of.
Okay.
Where are we? Here's your layout. This is the layout all of you will be using. It is called View A. Do not use View B because none of you guys are X large. There are pieces marked on here that are crossed off. The pieces you will not read, I'll just read them out, are number 6, number 8, number 9, number 10, 14, and 15. Do not use
those. We'll list them down in the description too.
Don't
just
use
for
them
extra.
because you don't need those pieces at all. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
wait, should we explain piece 6? Do we have piece 6?
Piece 6.
I don't know if I have it here. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, piece
This
6.
is Pixies.
Okay.
Pixies.
Blah, blah. Okay, we're trying to do this fast, sorry. So it's just easier.
Piece 6. It's one that you lay on the fold, that's why this one doesn't go all the way, it's half of it. It goes around right here and attaches to
the collar
these
right
things.
here. It's supposed to. We did not do that. We decided not to do that because we thought it was a waste of time, and we just don't need it. It's not necessary. It's just supposed to make it look nicer and stuff, but it's just such a hassle with the amount of fabric it would take to sew it on. So we did not use piece 6. You can if you want to, but I think it's a waste of time. That's a lot more work on you, so you can do that. So you don't have to do this one at all either.
Okay, so we talked about using layout view A. Also, what was I saying? Make sure that when you pin down your pattern and cut, that you have 2 layers of fabric. You need to fold your fabric in half. Otherwise, you do not have enough pieces.
Yeah, like, I don't even know.
And I mean, it tells you. It tells you in the top directions.
Like, you're going
right here, it tells you fold fabric double.
Yeah. So like it's like I mean you have your fabric like this, you're gonna fold it in half like this, and then and then you'll cut it out like right here.
And make sure certain
so you have
things,
2 of them.
certain pieces it tells you it says place
on
fold.
the fold right here. So you don't cut the fold like that at all. You cut like around it like because it needs to unfold.
Especially the back.
The back piece,
which is this piece right here. This piece needs to be on the fold. As you see, we don't have a seam on the back. If you do not place this on the fold and you cut the fold, you will have a seam in the back.
It needs to be like this on the fold.
We do not want a seam in the back because that will look weird. And that
like
is not the
this on the fold. So you don't cut that at all. You cut it like around it, but don't cut the fold. You know.
Okay. That was layout, fold fabric.
Okay, pieces we adjusted probably. Let's talk about the pieces we adjusted.
The pieces.
We adjusted.
Pieces we adjusted. Pieces we adjusted.
It
was the ones that you have to cut. It's piece number 1, piece number 2, and piece number 5. That's what they look like.
Like if you want to hold them up to me, I don't know. And just to show like how you cut them. So because they used to be these pieces used to be like a lot longer.
They were like a foot longer. Okay, and so what we did is we
the front.
I placed it onto her, and I saw that that it fell about like between her hips and her ribs, and cut
See
it.
our eyes. Okay.
Anyway, and that's where I cut it.
And you have to think of seam allowances as well. So I mean, and then it folds up,
So-
and then it lays perfectly on me.
So we put it between ribs and hip bone, like top of your hip right here, somewhere in between there. You have to look because each
just look at
character's
your
jacket
character
kind of
and
falls
like
differently.
just look at like your character and like where it falls. It's just kind of different for each person because everybody has a different body type. So just pay attention to that.
So we're not going to give you like, okay, cut off a foot, because that is not going to look the same for everyone. So
Yeah. So
just measure it on yourself.
just measure it. Be smart about it. Okay, sitting back down. Okay.
Pay attention to.
So and then also you know it's like the front piece, the back piece, and then this is like a side. This is like the interfacing,
Hold on.
kind of like the
Interfacing and interfacing. Do not do interfacing with a T.
Don't
no,
do that.
we do not do interfacing. It's for more flimsy fabrics to make like the collar stand up or pockets be
Like
firm.
my Star Trek sheet, I needed interfacing to make the collar like stand out.
Okay, but
but-
there is a piece that is called inner
This
facing.
is this piece.
That is this piece right here.
They're the same
You
thing.
need this piece. Do not leave it out. But
'Cause-
leave out the interfacing.
Yeah, like if it tells you about it will tell you about interfacing.
And
Just
it's
ignore
colored
it.
differently.
It's colored
Um,
different. It's like a little
It
spotty
has like
thing.
this like spotted. I don't know if you can see it. It's
you
kind
can
of
kinda
spotty.
see it, yeah.
Don't do that. Ignore that. Ignore any steps with interfacing, but use the inner facing. So this.
That's
piece
this,
goes
and
like
you
that.
still again like now you can see why you have to cut that piece as well. The same
Because it
length that
goes
you
with-
cut your front piece because it goes with your
It
front
goes with
piece.
blah blah blah. Shortening of no interfacing. So borders. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Borders means right here. Do you see this? Okay. Right here on this, the pockets. We did it on the collar, and right here.
I wish we could show you, but before you like do that,
Especially with this
they
piece.
look like little like
They
they
look like
pu-
little sausages.
sausages.
because the
They're
the
very
fabric is
puffy.
So sturdy. It's so sturdy that it just puffs up. So it's like little like sausage things, just like boop. And so you just sew down along the edges, just kind of like I did mine.
It
like,
doesn't tell you
centimeter.
to do this. That's why we're telling you to do this. It doesn't tell you because like they're working with a lot easier fabric. That's what's recommended for the pattern. But our pattern, you have to do that to make sure it lays down.
It just looks better.
And so, but you only, okay, like a lot of this is common sense. So just like think about it before you actually like do it and stuff. So like, does it make sense to like do that? You know, like because some parts it wouldn't make sense.
So
And
Yeah,
make sure. Okay, I'm sorry. I just
No.
had to put this in there. Like, make sure you always think ahead before you sew anything down. You know what I mean? So like, because I think a few times we didn't really do that when we were trying to sew things down,
Like,
and like you
for
end up
example,
having to shove stuff into the machine and it's,
sewing the pockets before you sew this on. Because
Yeah.
look, if you sew the pocket,
it'll go over
it
it.
would
So
go
just
over.
like. I mean,
So,
we did some things.
think of that.
We did some things out of order, and you could do it in whatever order you want, as long as you think about it. But I mean, like you can't, like she said, you can't do the inner facing before you do the pockets, because that doesn't make sense. It says to do the pockets first. We didn't do the pockets first, just because we wanted to make sure it they laid where we
fit
wanted
right.
to.
Because it says, okay, just take your front piece, sew the pocket on, and then sew it to the back piece and this other front piece.
and we just didn't want to
And
do it like
we didn't
that.
want to do that. We made like this vest type thing without the sleeves, and then we put it on and saw where the pockets went.
And then we sew the pocket on. So
So, okay, no interfaces, no borders. Order. Talk about patches. We talked about patches, did we not? We talked about how to make the patches, how to put the patches on.
it's really tedious.
Oh,
Here,
yeah.
turn the thing around just to show them off.
Turn the thing
The whole thing.
around.
Be careful of the Japanese snacks
Oh
that we
my
have. Move them over. Okay, sorry guys. Gotta move it over
Okay.
here. Okay, so this is my sewing machine. So what we're
Beautiful.
talking about, like when you're like doing the patches, you'll put it in here.
And
then
sorry.
Okay, then you'll put your little like thing down, and then you do it manually by turning this knob. It'll go up and down, and you just keep going up and down. You don't press your pedal.
Do not press the pedal.
Not your pedal. Just
Do
do
not
the because it won't. The sewing machine won't let you because it knows it's too thick But if you do it manually, it'll be fine.
So that's what
It's
we
very
talked about.
tedious and stupid. If you've got a better way, go ahead and do that. But that's what we did. That's what we recommend.
Yay. Okay. Oh God. Okay. That's it.
What? Is that it? Seriously?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Double check. Pockets, everything. Alright.
I mean,
Wait, hang on. Hannah, your thing is
oh,
Okay. Sorry. Okay, well.
yeah, and I mean, we're doing lining. If you want lining, do that. Because I mean,
really?
otherwise you'll have like weird, like this shit looking around. It doesn't look too great.
I almost fell. Okay. Anyway. Okay, no, wait. The thing about lining. She really wants to do the lining. I think
Like sew it in. I want to sew it in, but it's kind of.
this is what it kind of looks like. This is a lining. So you obviously just take your front and back pieces and your like sleeve pieces and sew them on. Thing is, though, there's like a little. It'll take some creative thinking to put it in. So
sew it in. 'Cause
my
you have to
recommendation-
hand sew the entire thing in.
yeah, basically. So my recommendation is to finish your jacket, like hem it, do all that, everything, and then if you want the lining, make that at the bottom of your list because I think that's what both of us are doing. We're gonna continue on to like the straps and like the cloak and everything, and do everything. 3 here, we'll probably even do that before we try to do the lining because it's not that important, and most of us are wearing long sleeve shirts anyway, so won't even like feel the like rough part.
Oh, and also we were thinking about is getting maybe some sort of leather or fabric, like some sort of leather softener because
yeah.
these sleeves are very stiff.
Very,
You're like a robot.
when you put them on. I mean, it's not as stiff, but it's still pretty stiff. So we'll probably look into that as well, and we'll let you know how that works out.
But yeah.
I don't know. Is there any more information that we should provide for them in the description? What were we gonna? Oh, belt buckles. Do you want to get the belt buckles real fast? This is completely different from the jacket, but probably just helpful little.
We ordered belt buckles
already
online
ordered
because
ours.
we could not find them in any stores, like any good ones. They already came. Hella. So whoa, these look kind of weird, but yeah. So belt buckles.
Belt buckles. No, I think Hannah, like when you loop it through, it becomes flat, so it's fine.
I got you.
Okay. Anyway, so we got our belt buckles for our straps and everything. So we'll link to that website.
We got 2 different kinds because there's if you look at the
Yeah,
belts.
they were actually pretty cheap. How much did we end up paying for them again? I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, when you look at first, it's like
40 something.
for both of us,
both
so
of
it was
us,
like
so-
20 each. So that's pretty
So
good.
I think that's 8. I think 8 buckles.
Yeah, it was pretty good though. I mean, 8 buckles for $20. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. So that's pretty good. We're under time. The first video we made was like 30 minutes. So
yeah, so we talked for a really long time.
yeah, we just. I hope we didn't miss anything.
I don't think so. We can't really
Okay,
help
yeah. I
it.
hope all you guys have this pattern because otherwise
If
it's
you don't,
completely irrelevant.
Yeah, we can't really help. I mean,
Maybe it helps a little bit. You never know.
I don't know. I mean, yeah,
So yeah, good luck everyone.
start early as soon as possible because this shit's
I know
finished.
Mary just literally just texted me. It was like, hey, if you guys didn't finish making the video, this is us finishing up the video. Hello. Okay, sorry. No, so good luck, guys. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of, I mean, you'll probably get frustrated, and that's fine. But
And I mean, if you guys
keep going, because
need help,
it was
message
hella.
us.
Yeah, any questions, like specific questions that we didn't address in this video, feel free to ask us. So I guess that's it. Have fun. Happy cosplay.
Happy sewing.
Happy
Have
sewing.
Fun
'cause
sewing, Star Girls!
It's a bitch. Okay. Bye, guys. See you
Bye.
later.